Hello there game makers, this is a little update on my channel and I wanted to cover 3 topics and one because hey, why not? So the first thing, my channel has reached a milestone which is I guess interesting for newcomers, so stay tuned if you want to know that. The second, the community decided what kind of Udemy course I will be doing, and then the third thing, which I guess will be the longest part, Office.org is coming out tonight on itch.io, a full build, and what you will get is a few things. I'm gonna go into some details because I guess this could be interesting, and then you can actually vote on how much it will cost. So if you are interested in one of those topics or all 3, stay tuned. So let's skip the intro because not feeling like it. This is One Up Indie, blah blah blah. Hello and all the other stuff. So let's start with the channel, because if you have your own YouTube channel or you want to start one, then at some point you want to make some money, and the money which I'm making is zilch. It's zero. And why is that? Because to monetize your channel, first of all, you need to have some requirements like 4,000 hours watched in 1 year and 1,000 subscribers. This is very important to understand in this kind of context. And then you have this monetization tab here, and then at some point it will go into normally it says like, hey, you need on this and this many subscribers or this many hours, and then it comes to, well, it's German now, so it just says, hey, now it will be checked. And I've read some interesting things because I thought like, this can go quite fast. Not really, because some people, depending how big they are, got their channel monetized because they were growing kind of fast in, let's say, 1 or 2 months or a few days, and some are waiting a year and still haven't been gotten their channel monetized. And this is the interesting part. For example, this differs from channel to channel because some, like mine, take ages to grow. So mine took 2.5 years to actually get this state after, how many videos did I do? 238 videos. And after 238 videos, and my channel was started in August 2018. So as you can see, long time. So if you're planning to make some money on YouTube concerning only with AdSense, because this is where the money is going to, the idea is just then at 5 minutes or longer, then YouTube says like, hey, cool, we can put in some commercials. If you don't use adblocker, of course, if you're using adblocker, that goes out of the window because you're pretty much blocking ads, and then YouTube is making no money, and then YouTube is not making money, they cannot put the ads in, and then your content creator is not getting anything. But rest assured, it is not such a big issue to me because I've seen how much you can actually get, and it is so minimal that it wouldn't matter anyway. So for my whole channel, I just counted it because my CPA would be kind of small. I will do a separate video on that. First of all, when my channel is actually monetized, and second of all, how much in quotations I would be making, because that would be laughable in the end. Yeah, I counted it would be something about $300 in total. So I'm working for an hourly wage of 0.001, something like this. So let's say for ants, I guess this is still a good result, but for me, let's call it, it's not the biggest one, but still it is a milestone, and I'll see how it goes from that point. And after after it has been monetized, because some people say, hey, they monetized me pretty fast, and some people say they still haven't had any confirmation from YouTube or Google or whoever runs the show, because in the end this is just one company after a year, and then they haven't been monetized anyway. So here, just take that into consideration. And last thing, for example, if YouTube sees that your content is not viable for public consumption, so for in that context, that it means that they cannot get ads on you because you are having some really spicy topics you're covering, and then they say like, not gonna touch that stuff because this is not good. In my opinion, well, there should be, let's say, advertisers for, let's say, the boring makeup stuff and all that shenanigans, which are the standard consumer consumption stuff, and for example, for more spicy content creators, then maybe some stuff which is definitely more spicy. But hey, I'm not running YouTube, not my business anyway. So the second part, the community has voted on a standard RPG Udemy course. I read all your comments, and a lot of people just said, hey, I want to have something different than the, oh my god, standard ARPG. But you guys voted for it, so I will do the course. So this is in the end final. So here, what can I say? This is the way it is. So the last part, and this is, I guess, hopefully interesting for you guys, because I give you some insights into, well, the production of the game, which is Office.org. This is now the 1.0 version, which is going to get released today at, let's say, 10 o'clock. Let's go for 10 o'clock. And then this is how it would start. Of course, here, borderless. This is just for me, so I can do that stuff. And then, well, you see the cutscene. And if you're thinking, okay, so what is this game about? What is it similar to? What can you expect? How long did you actually make it? Then these questions will be answered here, because maybe this could be interesting for you guys, so you can see. My game is similar to Papers, Please, because the idea behind the Papers, Please is, if you just, well, condense it to a very, very core mechanics: accept or deny, left or right, up or down. So basically a very binary thing. The same with peace, death, and this game I actually didn't knew. This has some very hard similarities with mine, because here you have death, and then some guys are coming down, and then you sort them into hell or heaven if you send them up. So this is again once binary, and mine does a similar thing, but I do it a little bit with some storyline. So my version concerning if this would be a genre, if it actually is, not sure what it is, because I guess this is just a puzzle game in the end, is, well, sorting stuff. So what you do, you have your overworld, you go into one level, and then you have some special levels which are designed to entice to do something different. And then how long did I make this game? Well, I started in September last year, and now it's June, so basically let's say roughly 7 months. And this game had some cycles concerning like the layout, how much I actually did, and so on and so on. So here, come on, skip it, damn it, I should have skipped the cutscene. Yeah, and then we go into action. So basically you have a cutscene, and then you have some levels, and then you have some missions. And this is basically just saying, hey, do this and do that. And this is the tutorial level, which was requested. And then, well, you're just sorting stuff from left to right. And then, of course, you want your Okis to go, whoops, what is it? Oh, it changed control. Then the stuff which you don't need, send it to the lava. And the stuff you need, send it right, because you need, because, well, you are orc resources in a way. And this is the game, and of course, depending how well you perform, you're getting more money and less money, and then you can unlock stuff which is coming downwards. So this is an idea. So you just first of all doing some sorting, and then you're unlocking, and that unlocking is giving you the incentive to do more, because there are quite a few unlocks which you can do. So my idea was now to show you, and this will be a test, so to say, because I wanted to show you first of all, when you go on itch.io and you release your game on this platform, then what I can say, your chances of being seen. So you go on the browse and then games, and what you will see, there are tons of results, and this is the let's say the bad thing about this or the good thing about this platform. Basically everyone who wants to have a hobby project or a commercial one can just dump it in here. This is what a lot of people do, and therefore your game will just get completely flooded and lost. So here kind of difficult to get some notification, because what I wanted to show you is that without marketing, without a teaser, without an audience, even though your game is pretty sweet, it will just drown in here, and this is difficult, and therefore I just show you how to do this in itch.io. So how you can actually, you're not register, but if you have an account, how you can actually put that in. So here you just go under build, then you create an executable. So this is the end product, and what I can do is just put it on Windows. Of course you have the option to Mac OS, but this is the interesting part which I haven't seen in other videos covered. You can only export or make an a finished version of a Mac OS of your game, so a version which runs on Mac OS. Then you need to own a Mac and you have to plug it onto your PC, or you have to do this game or just install Game Maker Studio on a Mac, which is a pain. So basically I'm not able to do that for now, which is a hassle, because in the end the marketplace for macOS users is about 9 to 10% as far as I checked it out. So I can only do that on Windows. What a bummer, but this is the way it is, so I cannot do a lot concerning that as a target platform, because I just have the license for Steam or for regular Windows versions. So the last thing which I wanted to touch on is I actually want to make a poll. So I'm gonna do where are you, to make a poll here, a new one, and then you can decide until 10 o'clock how much do you actually would say would a game like this cost. Because I'm a fan of making games affordable, but in the end this is the conflict for developers. You can say, for example, maybe you want to make your game appear more exclusive. Then, for example, you say it's 30 or 40 bucks. But this is the interesting part. For example, if a game is too cheap, then people won't buy it because they think like, this game is trash. But for example, if a game is 60 bucks, and even though it is maybe trash, still you want to justify your purchasement. If you purchased it, and then you're thinking, okay, I need to defend it even against all odds, and then you have this really great stuff of fanboys concerning consoles, of the PC master race and all that stuff. I find that really funny when people are trying to compare, this is better and this is better. In the end, we are just gamers, we enjoy our hobby, and these things I need to consider, and therefore I think I want to make a poll here, and then you can decide how expensive, or in quotations, how cheap the game will be. So I will go between a range of, let's say, $6 up to, let's go for 12. Not sure how much I can actually charge for this, so you guys can actually decide for me if you like. I wanted to go for $9, and of course, you can decide, and the stuff which has the most votes, so I will make a poll and we'll go through. So little side information, game can be finished in, if you're really speeding through it, 3.5 hours. If you take your time, definitely longer, almost double I would say, because there are tons of unlocks, I guess 300 or even more. So yeah, you can take your time with that if you like, but this is of course up to you. So this is the last thing which I actually wanted to show you. So once again, I will release it on itch, and then I will make a separate video how you can do this on this kind of platform and how well it will fare anyway. And then I guess in 1 week I will show you the results, how well it performed, or how much, in quotations, money I made, and then I'll release it once again on Steam. But then I will do a teaser, then I will do some proper marketing, I will just write to a few YouTubers and so on, and then ask them, and then there are some steps you can actually do, and then of course I will show you that in a separate video, how you can market your game. definitely more effective than just dumping it onto one side and hoping, because hoping is, let's say, not the most effective strategy overall. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and now later on you just go in here and not here as well. You go into the community tab and decide how much this game would actually cost. That was pretty much it. Have a good one. One up indie.